whatever that path is and wherever it may take you. I read everything I can and I try to summarize the highlights as best I can without going on for too long. I usually find 2 or 3 important or salient points that I like to speak about and keep the speech to a maximum of just under an hour, so here goes. No particular order tonight. First, often we must face what we most want to avoid. You know this already. Procrastination is detrimental to success. It can lead to missed opportunities, increased stress and anxiety, and lower quality of work because you are rushed in trying to complete tasks at the last minute. Writing the paper the night before, not always the best idea. However, the procrastination I am talking about refers to having the conversation, the hard conversation. Oftentimes, it's the conversation you need to have with yourself. In an article, The Ghost, written by Jeff Goins in May of 2025, he stated that introspection demands transformation. He goes on to say that it can be risky delving into the abyss of one's own psyche. It is far easier to avoid the depths for as long as you can. If we ask simple questions, we get simple answers, we keep moving forward. What I hope our teachers have taught you over the years and throughout the classes and all the assignments is that, as Goins says, if we want a better world, we need a better conversation with ourselves and with others. That truly begins by asking more interesting questions. It takes a certain curiosity, a willingness to see the world from another perspective, to ask a truly great question. And to do that, we've got to shake things up a little. We need to get uncomfortable. The older I become, the more I realize that I am comfortable being uncomfortable. So if I can share advice with you, put yourselves into situations where you might feel uncomfortable. I have found that those situations often provide the most opportunity for growth in the long run. Goins adds in his article, we all have ideas about the way the world should be, but we so often fail to recognize where those ideas come from. Where you stand determines what you see. I love that. Where you stand determines what you see. So if you want to experience and understand more, you're going to have to move around. Take the class you wouldn't ordinarily take, learn a new hobby, read a book on a topic you know very little about. Listen to others' perspectives with an open and non-judgmental mind. Dare to listen and learn and even change your opinion. People often talk a lot about balance. Balance in life, work, play, family, friends. We juggle a lot on any given day. My second piece of advice is that it is possible to find balance. In a great article by Rebecca Beastman titled From the Boardroom to the Basketball Court, she talked about how her mother provided daily examples of leadership that showed her that career success, and what we heard tonight, personal fulfillment, they don't compete with each other. They are complementary. Having a meaningful career and making a positive impact aren't mutually exclusive. People talk about doing well by doing good, and you can as well. She goes on to say, the workforce needs people willing to be nimble and adapt to the skills their field requires, just as our personal lives benefit from constant learning. We can take lessons from people who grew to be the best in their field too. Vera Wang designed her first dress at the age of 40, and Toni Morrison wrote her first novel after a long career in publishing. Be inspired by people who pivot, learn, and succeed. Beatsman says, I like to bet on potential and give people opportunity beyond what their experience suggests, with faith that lifelong learners can figure things out with the right mindset and support. I believe that most career paths are not linear. She finishes her article with this. She says, embrace opportunities that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. More resilient organizations are populated by adaptable individuals who find deeper fulfillment in both personal and professional realms, and you will inspire others along the way. I hope I and your teachers and the staff at North Salem have instilled in you the idea that lifelong learning, being a flexible and nimble thinker, having the right mindset, and persevering despite the challenges that will be thrown at you in life, is a recipe for success. Seniors of the class of 2025, I hope I have given you some decent advice, as you finish at North Salem and move on to the workforce, the military, or go on to further your education at the college or university level. Thank you. Thank you for your passion, for your enthusiasm, and for your empathy. Go out